All right. Um, Seeking peace is what we get. It's important that you breathe, and we just learned that breathing has a lot to do with your weight and with toxins in your body. And when you, it doesn't have to do so much with being overweight or underweight or anything like that, but just weight in general. And so when you exhale, you're actually exhaling um, toxins, and you're exhaling things that weigh you down physically, emotionally, and mentally. So, breathing is important for many things. So, do be very conscious of how you breathe, and watch watch for your. It says blessings, Carl. Your health this season. Take long walks in nature. Um, um, Really take care of your health. And you may feel stressed and not know why you are stressed, but it has a lot to do with worry, unnecessary worry. So do your practices, and this is for everyone. And as we say every month when we do billets, that these billets are for everyone, not just for a particular person. And yes, it is for a particular person, but it also, since we're all connected and united, it is for everyone, that the season, winter season, that we all take care of our health. And because, and do breathe, but especially for Carl, really uh, inhale and exhale, and do your breathing exercises. And peace. Your prayers are being answered. You have a wonderful sense of humor, and so what your guides are saying, please don't take life so seriously. Really uh, laugh and enjoy life. Everything doesn't have to be so much in compartments, or so rigid, or it has to be a certain way. It has to be this way and that way. Um, Try mixing things up, letting loose. So not in not in a vulgar way, but in a way that, meaning loud, or um, you know, but in a let loose, in a way where you start um, really, really enjoying life. Do the gratefulness exercise before you even open your eyes in the morning, and and really see your day before it even begins with so much joy and light. And because you can bring so much happiness and joy to all those around you because of your beautiful sense of humor. Question: when is it wise to willingly invest in a relationship where the energy feels fake or inauthentic? Is it ever wise to maintain, okay, let's, is it ever wise to maintain a relationship with someone if the energy feels fake or inauthentic? Okay, before yes or no, you already know the answer. You just want confirmation. And if you want to raise your vibration, if you really wish to be this joyful, really enjoy life, and your beautiful childlike sense of humor, and um, you hang around people who are true, who are full of joy and full of, you know, who are authentic. And you are around people like your like attracts like. So and the greater controls the lesser. So the more you hang around people who are so-called fake or inauthentic, the more that will influence your vibration. So it's just using, you know, the teachings and understanding what, you know, the wisdoms, and so you already know the answer. It's not just, it's not, we're not saying cut out people from your life. I mean, who you feel are inauthentic. Remember, they are a reflection of yourself. What part of yourself feels is inauthentic or um, not real. And what we're getting is not necessarily a negative thing, but I mean, but this is in so many people, they forget what life is all about. And so they put on an act of what they think life is supposed to be. We're supposed to be good. We're supposed to be non-judgmental. And yeah, I mean, that comes with development. It comes with understanding. And it's not to bury these feelings of anger or judgment or jealousy, but to let it, to embrace it, to let it rise and say, and to gain understanding from it. And before you can let it go, because the more we push these inauthentic parts of us away and try and smother it, then, you know, the more it will push against us, and one day it will rise its ugly head. So the person who is inauthentic in our life, this is, you know, all of us, they are a reflection of what is going on that we don't like about ourselves, or you know, that's something going on with ourselves. And for, this is Daniel, and for you, it's to really not take life so seriously, that you have to be so perfect, that you have to be a certain way. Just enjoy life, you know, and let your sense of humor, that's your true self. You just have a beautiful sense of humor and a childlike sense of humor. Okay. um, what is happening is you're pushing too hard. There's you're being, you're trying to make things happen. It's important that you once you tell God, okay, you know, you've done everything, you've done your best, it's important that you let God do it. I mean, really, don't tell God what to do, just let go and let God. and and you will see how much not only easier it is, but how this faith and, you know, starts rising, this feeling of trust starts rising within you. So uh, don't push so hard to make things happen. Rama, next step. So uh, just faith, trust, and do the practices. Do what you learned in the um, last retreat. But now it's time, we're told. The next step is to really, you've done your best, let go, let God. Okay. You too need to breathe. Really inhale the sweetness of life, and appreciate you have been given so much, and you know, the talents, and it's important you use these talents. And it's just like the story, you know, there's a parable that Jesus tells in the Bible that of this wealthy king who calls his servants, and he wants to establish his kingdom, you know, in different lands. And so he gives each one a talent, you know, let's say a penny, each one of his servants a penny. And one the first servant comes back, and he brings he invested it well, so he made 9 cents, and with that 1 penny. And so the king says, very good, and so on and so forth. So I will give you 9 different kingdoms to reign over, and so on and so forth. And the last servant said, I was too afraid to invest this penny, so I held on to it. So I was sure I didn't want to lose it. And he said, he took that penny away from that servant and gave it to the servant who invested it wisely and had 9 pennies. And so at the end, the king says, you know, if you don't use it, you'll lose it. So it's important you really trust in what you have in the spiritual, trust in your talents, trust in the gifts that God has given you. And I think this is just not I think, this is just a reminder. You already know this. You already, you know, you give a lot. You have such a warm heart. This is Diane. She says, yes, please. Reading for Diane. Blessings for October. Thank you. So trust again. Trust in your talents. Trust in your the spiritual gifts that you have been given, and this is another person with a beautiful sense of humor, um, and you know, it when you laugh, you make everyone around you joyful, and you know, laugh, feel like laughing. And so just your giggle or your laugh or your joy brings so much joy to others, and that is such a gift. So don't be embarrassed about it. Something about being embarrassed, your guides are saying, to really allow yourself to be authentic, to be who you are, and to take care of yourself. And Stephanie, good morning. Thank you for the mini readings. What can you tell me about my soul purpose? How can I better align my life to this purpose? Now, these are mini readings, so this will take a while. So, but it has a lot to do with um, joy and finding joy in your life, using your beautiful sense of humor, using, um, you know, it's, I know it's important to you what other people think and so on and so forth, and you worry about others, but to really have faith in God and that God is working through you and just through being who you are. And that is your purpose. Just be who you are. Don't try and be something else or be perfect or be this or be that. Just relax with and love who you are. You know, there's so much to love. You have been given much. Okay. This smile and the world will smile with you. Very connected to the last one. Um, Sadness in the heart. Uh, so really smile and um, something is touching, something is going on in the heart area. And not to take life so seriously, not to worry so much, and trust in God, and all these things that are so easy to do or say, but not always easy to do. And beautiful heart, but it's just like this beautiful heart has been injured and it's afraid to express itself. And so it takes great courage to step out of the box to what people expect of you. It takes great courage to fulfill your divine destiny, to fulfill um, who what you need to do in life. But uh, um, the healing here in the heart will give you more of a perspective. So come up to the heart, too much in the thinking mind. So just come up to the heart with understanding and not afraid to love. Don't be afraid to love and love what you do and love, and really and smile, really smile. Oh, a heart with all these love, 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 love. Yes. Oh. You're welcome. That was bhakti. Okay. And the energy was very low holding it. So really breathe too, like what we're telling Carl to inhale. You need more light and energy, and to be able to retain the light and energy. So breathe. Sing. I don't know if you're a singer. I'm told just to tell you to sing. Sing out loud. Sing in the shower. Sing. And it will help calm the emotions. And something with music. Really surround yourself with good music, with, or I mean, I shouldn't, that's a judgment, what's good and what's bad, but with soothing music, I should say. Soothing music, and it doesn't just have to be classical, but something with positive lyrics, or just that calms you. Go into take hot bath, detoxify, cleanse. And so this is a period of cleansing, and cleansing especially the emotional body. And so drink lots of water. So and start detoxifying that way and purifying, but and singing and relaxing, just relaxing. The best day ever, Lotus. Okay, so Lotus, we know that you sing, and so do sing. Don't be shy. I know you're not shy about your singing, but don't, around the house, just sing and take that warm uh, with bath with Epsom salt, and just really relax, detoxify, and this is a time to cleanse. Oh, and I was told to say that why it's important to detoxify. It's not only for our health, but it's also protection, because like attracts like. When we're full of toxins, then we attract the environmental things in the environment that are toxic, and so on and so forth, not only physically but emotionally and mentally. So that's why health wise, yes, and for protection wise, it's good to be as clean in mind as well as in body. Ooh, this person, for years now, that you may not even realize, having a hard time breathing. Some sadness or something is affecting your breathing. So really, you too. Oh, a lot of people start practicing your breath. Start, inhale, uh, and then exhale, all the toxins, and do this 2 or 3 times, and before you start a project or to clear your mind. And but oh, we're told it's all lifting through, you know through the kind heart, through the, pure intent, and all of this is starting to lift off of you. But do breathe, do and detoxify. Progress. Yes, we I smile because progress, not perfection. We remember this is Sangeetha, and so this is um, the main message is that the that sadness for several years is really lifting. It's really starting to lift. You're starting to detoxify, um, and it's through this beautiful, pure intent, pure, um, you know, through your practices. and we're all, doing the best we can. Um, Something about heaviness. Um, okay, be careful how you walk and where you walk. Watch your ankles, and you know, something is pulling you over. It's not just gravity, but something is trying to pull you over, and this is for all of us. A lot of times, I mean, we're all very sensitive. We don't realize that there are um, so-called energies that aren't very friendly, that being sent from other people's thoughts, other people's words, vibration, and the other people can be very close, not necessarily, and or they can be in the workplace, or within the family circle, or but it's like this energy from outside forces trying to pull you over, uh, um, put you, the words are put you in your place. And so someone must have had that thought that you need to be put in your place. So do your protective exercise, whatever you do in the morning before you leave the house. Um, See, it already left you. It left. And know that, God is with you. And the more powerful we get, uh, it's amazing. Um, some of these negative forces, or uh, there could be jealousy, in the workplace or something, will try and undo the work that we've all been doing. So we all have to be very careful as we get stronger and brighter in the light. Okay. Hmm. Love and peace, Yvonne. So be very. There's someone around you who's trying to put you in your place, or something like that. So do your practices, do your protection exercise, do whatever, and as you grow in the light, um, you will see that um, there are things that, and subconsciously, you may not want to grow in the light because you know this. And so you don't want to deal with certain things. But your guides are saying it's time to keep growing. It's time to be diligent about your practices, or communion with God, and to really um, to move on, to grow. It's time to start really growing in the light. That's your greatest protection. And okay. Your childlike innocence, no matter how old you are, or what you've experienced in life, or what, there's a childlike innocence about you, and that is delightful. That's the word, delightful. And but it's time for you to mature in this innocence. And it's time for you to uh, um, uh, I hear savor all the gifts that you've been given. You've been given many gifts and spiritual gifts, and not only savor, but to also to start using your spiritual gifts, and um, not depending so much on this three-dimensional, what you see in this three-dimensional world. So so your childlike innocence can either can is what helps your soul, but it can get you into areas that trip you up. So just wisdom needs to come in now, and using all these beautiful gifts that you've been given. So trust your intuition. You have very high intuition. And intuition, and this is for everyone, is the next is the greatest gift of power, for power. And this is what the electronic industry now is really delving into, is the human intuition. And because they know how powerful this intuition is, and so they're even teaching classes in different uh, electronic industries and the so-called new age, developing the intuition. So it's now gone very scientific and very commercial. But the thing is, it's still intuition, and it's still important, and it's the vehicle that will get you to where you need to be. So start trusting your higher intuition. Abundance, Reverend Joseph.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Okay, something about your feet, something going on with your feet. Uh, you start walking, um, you know, lifting your feet. Something, you're dragging your feet, and this could be, metaphoric, or it could be a literal thing. But you're dragging your feet, and can be both. And so it's important you start um, taking action, right action. Uh, so you might find problems with your knees or hips, but something with the knees. If you're telling you that you need to move forward now, not to be afraid to go forward. And you too have very high intuition, and to really uh, trust in God. Things will, once you are not afraid to take inner action. I'm not talking just physical action, inner action, to raise your vibration, maybe to take leadership of some kind, or but something to raise your vibration. Things will start really moving along. Any insight, please? Thank you, Ton. So, something you're dragging your feet about, or you're not taking right action. So, it's time now to take right action. Last but not least, um, huh, get out into nature, get out into the sun, uh, go to the where there is lots of trees, water, really start um, swimming if you can. If you have access to a pool or water, just swim and just really attune yourself to nature, start attuning yourself more to nature. Um, okay, your guides are saying there's lots of chemicals in your environment, and that is why they want you to get out in nature and more natural, to get away from the chemical type things that are in your environment, and to detoxify and to take good care of your health. That's very important that you take good care of your health. Taking care of my mental health. Good morning. Taking care of my mental health. Thanks, Danya. So that's what it is. Taking care of your health uh, and mental health is to get out in nature, swim if you can, just commune with nature. Something in your environment, there's chemicals or toxins or something that's affecting you. Okay, I think that's it. Please prepare for deep level meditation.